Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Mr. 4K. Let's talk about PlayStation VR 2. Um, it's been 6 months, and it's been kind of a strange 6 months with PlayStation VR 2 in terms of what my expectations were. My expectations, along with everybody else out there, were high. Everyone had high expectations because of the success of the first PlayStation VR 1. We were all expecting, obviously, the PlayStation VR 2 to be even greater success. But PlayStation VR 2, it's like a slow burn. It's like a candle that slowly burns. And no one really has any clue how long it's going to take. Like, till we really get to the bottom of the nitty and gritty, the important stuff. So that's the way I feel about PlayStation VR 2. I mean, I love this thing. I love this device, and I play Gran Turismo like almost every other day. It's just I don't live stream it as much, but I do, use it. I sometimes use it to watch movies. People ask me, what's it like using it to watch movies? I mean, it feels like you're in a movie theater. I'm not gonna lie. It's good, but you still know that you are wearing something on your head. You are still aware. Your brain is telling you, yeah, sure. Keep telling yourself that you're in a movie theater, but you're still wearing this. So there's that. But make no mistakes, it will make you feel like you're on a big screen in a movie theater. To me personally, nothing can change a beautiful projector or a big screen, 80-inch, 75-inch with a good surround sound. That to me, it's this cannot replace that. But that's just my opinion. But some people use it for movies. There's that too. All right, so I'm gonna jump into the VR. I'm gonna do some Gran Turismo 7 here. I'm gonna do some driving around. Put my headphones on. These are 3D audio headsets, and they really do a great job with the immersion. Trust me. So this is my little mini wagon. If you guys never tried virtual reality, I think you should give this a try. Honestly, at least have one of your friends who might have it try it out at his house. Because it is hard to explain what the VR feels like unless you really put the VR headset on and try it out yourself. You know what I mean? Because I've been asked, a lot of people ask me, is it really immersive? What's it feel like to be using a VR headset? And it is something that every and each one of you is going to have to try it out for yourself to truly understand if this is for you. You have to try something before you can really feel that, is this really right for me? Is this for me? Is this not for me? Some people might not like it. Some people will say, hey man, I don't feel comfortable with this. It makes me dizzy. Or, what I'm trying to say, VR, it's a mixed bag. Some people, they can, wear the headset almost every other day or every day and it's not going to bother them one bit. They can do 6-hour sessions. They can do 8-hour sessions on Pavlov, right? And it doesn't bother them. But then there's people out there that it will bother them. They might feel dizzy. Listen, we're all humans, but we're all built differently. We all have weaknesses on certain things, right? So just because you're not feeling it doesn't mean that the other person is not going to feel it. So there's that too. So anyway, PlayStation VR 2, in terms of quality, and I said this, I think, millions of times, the quality of this headset, it's pretty darn good. And yes, there is a major difference between the first PlayStation VR 1 and PlayStation VR 2. I mean, it's a drastic difference. Here you're getting a 4K resolution with high dynamic range and a beautiful OLED panel with a 120 Hz refresh rate and a 110 field of view. So yes, the immersion is going to be much better, much cleaner than what you would normally get on your original PlayStation VR 1. Okay? And I know I've been kind of repeating myself like a broken record about this, but I have to kind of mention this elephant in the room. There's nothing wrong with this VR headset. I have no issues with this VR headset, PlayStation VR 2, from a tech point of view. From a tech point of view, I think everybody likes it. I like it. I haven't heard anybody say, ooh, I don't like it. It's now, you know, the tech that's built inside is not worth it. I don't think anybody said that, okay? Some people complain about the Miura effect, you know, and I understand what they're talking about when it comes to Miura effect, but that's something that you have to really look forward to. You have to really kind of like look for it to see it. It's almost like you have to look for it and chase it to find it. It's not like something that's so visibly present to you where you're going to be able to detect it immediately. It's not like that. You really have to look for it. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack, honestly, in order for you to really notice it. I know that it's there. I know where to look for it. But it's really, guys, it's not a deal breaker. At least for me, it's not a deal breaker. But it might be for some other people. I don't know. Oh my God, we got a crash over here. But that's a small percentage of individuals who actually complain about that. Okay? So I want to jump into the PlayStation VR 2 in terms of software and applications. And I think that's the one thing that it's really keeping this headset from growing and going like mainstream, if you will. Okay, so before I jump onto that subject, again, I don't want to be a broken record, but I want to say it again for the record. Mr. 4K has no problem with tech aspect of this headset. The technology that's built on this headset, I have no issues with that. Zero issues. I love technology that's built inside this headset. Okay, so now that you know that, let's move on with what is it that bugs me about this headset. The lack of software and applications. The lack of features for us to use. When you look at, for example, MetaQuest, and you look at the features they have implemented with all these other applications that they have available. When you look at what they have achieved, what Facebook has achieved with the Quest in terms of the software and applications, you got to ask yourself, well, what is Sony doing about that? Why isn't Sony focused on working with the developers, working with the independent developers or social media apps to bring a much more social VR experience, right? And I think that's what's missing, that social VR experience, where you can go and watch a movie together with your friends, where you can have a watch party, watch Netflix on the big screen, right? Stuff like that. I think that's what's missing. What's missing is the opportunity for them to have like a PlayStation VR home place where you go in there. It's like a huge lobby, and that's the PlayStation VR home, where you can hang out with your other friends and play, arcade games and do other things, right? Watch movies, throw in a watch party, watch sports, watch football, basketball, baseball, etc., right? And I feel that's where Sony dropped the ball. That's the missed opportunity, where I felt that Sony sadly has missed out on when it comes to PlayStation VR 2. Even when you purchase this headset, when you install it, it doesn't feel like you have it doesn't tell you what to do next. Like, okay, what do I do next? Like, there is no demo to take you to a PlayStation VR home where you go in there and you can do other things, right? It feels like to me that it's like a missed opportunity that Sony has missed out on. And I'm not the only one that actually had mentioned this. A lot of people who are in the PlayStation VR 2 YouTube world, right? And they said the same thing. They said that that's the one thing that's missing. It's that experience, like when you go to the Oculus Quest. The Oculus Quest has its own home where you can that you are in the Oculus Quest. Like, everything feels like you're in the Oculus exclusive VR. With PlayStation VR, it doesn't feel like that. It just feels like a companionship. Like a companionship that is there, a very expensive, mind you, very expensive companionship, but it doesn't have that that exclusivity, They're like, oh my god, this is very exclusive to Sony. Like when you turn this on, you transport it to the PlayStation VR home, and this is your PlayStation VR home hub. This is where everybody hangs out. This is where you can meet new PlayStation VR 2 owners, and you can talk to them. You can talk about the new PlayStation VR 2 games. You can watch movies, sports. You can have chat. You can have like a party chat together in different rooms and do some karaoke or some other things, right? It's like there is a missed opportunity here with PlayStation VR 2 that Sony has really missed out on. And I don't know if this was done purposely, or it has to be done purposely. But since it was done purposely, everyone's asking the same question. And Sony has yet to answer that question. And in those 6 months since the release of this PlayStation VR 2 headset, I have yet to see any kind of interview from Jim Ryan or Herman Holst or anybody out there who is involved with PlayStation VR 2. I haven't seen anything where they would like lay out a roadmap for us to tell us what they've got going on in the future. Like, it really, it's in a such, PlayStation VR 2, it has been in such a weird spot. And again, I'm not the only one that's saying this. I mean, I have hardcore PSVR 2 fans who actually dedicate their channels for PlayStation VR and PlayStation VR 2. And they love it, but they're still asking these questions like, why is Sony so quiet, and why has it been such a weird 6 months? Or maybe not the word weird, but odd. Very odd. Well, odd and weird is kind of the same thing. But it has been a very odd 6 months for PlayStation VR 2. It really feels kind of strange that they choose to go down this route and kind of keep us hanging, leave us hanging, you know. And I don't understand why. I mean, everybody's asking the same question, like, why is this being done? What's the goal of this device? Why Sony's being so quiet? They have so many opportunities to make this probably the best VR headset on a console, and yet they missed the mark on that. They missed the mark on that one. And my question is why? What is their objective here with the PlayStation VR 2? According to some sources, Sony says that they're very happy with the sales of the PSVR 2. Okay, fine, that's fine and dandy if that's the case. But that still leaves the that big question. What's next? What's next for this thing? This can't be it. You can't be asking people to lay out $600 for this. There has to be something more than just this companionship. Yeah. Are they going to cut the price on this? Are they waiting for a PlayStation 5 Pro to take some more advantage of this? I don't know. See, these are the speculations. These are the questions that I'm asking myself. Believe me, I've been speculating about this every day. Like, I look at this thing like almost like a sad puppy just sitting there, and I'm wondering, like, my God, what is the point of this thing? Like, why is Sony being so quiet about it? Why Sony is not being so engaged? Why so many missed opportunities? If I created this PSVR 2 device, I would be so focused on working hard, trying to get you the best possible experience for this. I would try to get you all of the social media apps. I would try to get you like a PlayStation VR Home Hub. I would try to make this the most immersive and fun experience that's only exclusive on PlayStation. And that exclusivity would drive the sales of this thing. That exclusivity would drive the sales of the console. And I think with that exclusivity, you would get even more people jumping on board to bring their projects onto this platform. But why would they want to come here? See, that's the question. Why would these independent developers want to bring their software applications to Sony PlayStation VR platform that it's really kind of dry? It's very dry. Why would they want to bring it here when they can go to MetaQuest? You got millions of people there with a VR headset. It's a huge platform for VR, right? If I'm designing a VR app or a VR social app or some sort of a VR experience, right? A video game or whatever that has to do with the VR, a social VR experience app. The first place I'll be looking at, it's MetaQuest, it's Facebook, Oculus, MetaQuest, because that's where everybody who is interested in VR is at. Anybody who loves VR, who it's making the VR games, they are at the MetaQuest first. They're gonna call Michael Zuckerberg first. They're not gonna call Jim Ryan, okay? Or Gabe Newell, but Gabe Newell, it's really not focused on VR that much. Gabe Newell, even though Steam VR has a lot of cool experiences, don't get me wrong, but Steam VR, again, it's a very expensive experience. You have to have a super high-end expensive PC, and then you're gonna have to buy a super expensive VR headset, and it's a very expensive experience. And I have Steam VR, and I love it. It's a great experience. Steam VR is a great experience, but it's also a very expensive experience, okay? Oculus Quest, it's a portable experience. You don't need to have a console. You don't need to have any kind of computer with you. You just need to charge it to the batteries, turn the power on, kick back, relax on your sofa, and you are good to go. And they got so many cool applications and VR experiences for you to try and check out and enjoy. And it's only $300, right? And in some instances you can get it for $250, depending where you go and look, right? That's a pretty good deal for every day Joe and everyday Mary to go out there and get themselves into a VR. It's affordable, it's cheap, anybody can get into it for $250 or $300, depending what kind of a bundle deal you get, right? So majority of the people are going to be going to the MetaQuest or Oculus Quest 2, Oculus Quest 3 instead of PlayStation VR 2. Right? And I'm pretty sure Sony's aware of this. Sony has to be aware of this. They cannot be this ignorant, right? That they don't realize that's the case. So that's the question that I'm asking, even on this video. Why is Sony being so quiet? Like, what's going on here? This doesn't make any sense. And when something doesn't make any sense, you do have to ask the question of, so then what's the point of this thing? And why charge it $600 when you can purchase two Oculus Quest 2s for $250? You know, for the price of this. You can get it somewhere on the third-party, sellers out there, third-party stores, mom and pop shops. You can get it for $250, I'm sure. Electronic stores out there that mom and pop store has, and you can get two of them for the price of this and enjoy the MetaQuest. And you don't have to purchase a console. So that's another thing. For you to use this, you have to spend $1,000. And what experience are you getting for $1,000? That's another question that I'm asking. For $1,000, you can probably have 4 MetaQuests. You might have to pay $1,100 with the tax and everything, but you could have 4 MetaQuests, Oculus Quest 2. You can have 4 of them used. You can buy them used. You can have 4 of them. Especially now that the Meta Quest, Oculus Quest 3, it's out. The prices will drop down even more, especially used Oculus Quest 2. And you're going to have a far better experience with that $1,000 with 4 headsets that you can give to all of your families, and they can all use it, and you can have a beautiful social experience in your home. And that $1,000 will be every penny worth spent. That every penny will be worth spent. With this, you paying $1,000, and it's only for one single person. Not that I'm not saying that PlayStation 5 is not worth it. Sure, it's worth it. But in order for you to use this, you're going to need PlayStation 5. And then you ask yourself, well, what exactly do I have here with the PlayStation 5? VR 2, PlayStation VR 2. Yes, Gran Turismo 7 is fun. I like driving this. I like this. This is fun for me. But is it going to be fun for everybody? You need more than this, guys. You need more than Gran Turismo. And again, I love Gran Turismo. Don't get me wrong. This is my subjective opinion on it. But it's not enough to warrant $600. It's not enough to warrant $1,000. So I want to end this video by asking this question. And I hope that you guys share this video, not because of me or to help my channel grow or whatever, but maybe somebody from Sony will look at this video and they might say, I don't know, this guy, Mr. 4K, makes some good points over here. What exactly are we doing with PlayStation VR 2? What is our objective? And I think Sony should explain this to us. For us who are loyal Sony members who've been, supporting Sony PlayStation and buying PlayStation games and PlayStation consoles and the original PlayStation VR 1, I think Sony owes us an explanation. I think they owe us, all of us, an explanation of what's going on here, what's the deal here, why so secretive. It almost feels like some kind of like a Majestic 12, like secret thing. I don't know. Need to know basis or whatever. And that's the way I feel about this PlayStation VR 2. Again, I love this tech. It's a beautiful tech, but sadly, it's not being used to its full potential. I don't care if you have the most powerful GPU on the planet. If you can't take advantage of that powerful GPU, well, what's the point? So that's the way I feel about this. Yes, technology is great. That's built inside of it. But what's the point of all this tech that's built inside of it if Sony is not taking advantage of it? If Sony doesn't have any objective here to bring some cool experiences. And this is sad, honestly. Because we're talking PlayStation, man. PlayStation, it's a big name. It's a big brand around the world that anyone knows. From here to India, to Russia, to China, to Ukraine, to Europe, to you name it. Latin America, Canada, North America. Everybody knows PlayStation. I'm sure even some of the islands in the Pacific out there know about PlayStation brand. Even some of the villages out in Amazon of these old tribes, I'm sure they know about PlayStation name. PlayStation is a big name. It's a big trademark name around the world. Sony, it's a big trademark name around the world. And this is company that used to bring us an amazing experiences. Amazing, unforgettable experiences, innovative experiences in the past 3 decades. 3 decades. If you count 1995, right? That's how old PlayStation is. 3 decades. So what happened here with the PlayStation VR 2? And that's the way I want to leave this video. I want to leave this video with this one question. What happened? What exactly happened here? Yes, I know this video is long, but I have so much to say, and I can't say what I want to say in less than like 10 minutes. Sorry guys, I can't do that. I'm not that kind of a guy. I'm not that kind of a YouTuber. So I want to leave this video by asking the question, why? Why not bring us a cool experiences? Why missed opportunities? Why not invest into this? And if you're not going to invest into this device, and if you're not going to bring us some cool experiences, so what was the point of making this? What was the point? I think PlayStation every single one of us, I think PlayStation owes us an explanation. I think that's the least they can do, is write some kind of a letter and give us the explanation as to why PlayStation VR 2 has been such a oddball in the past 6 months, and still is an oddball, and it's not going anywhere. You know, people talk about Synapse. It's a repetitive game. It's all right. It's a roguelike type game in VR, and it's not a system seller. Okay, it's a mediocre experience. So I want to end the video by saying this. What's the game plan for PlayStation VR 2? What's going on here? We're almost approaching the fall. We got 1 more month left, and we got September, the fall, holiday season's around the corner. What's going on with this? What's happening with this PlayStation VR 2? And I just want to leave the video on that note. So I hope you guys will share this video so others will talk about this. You know, we need to start the conversation about this. The more we talk about this, the more noise we make, and I think Sony will finally get the attention of our feedback and how we truly feel about this headset. You know. In meantime, I'm gonna keep an eye on the PlayStation VR 2 to see where it goes. But right now, currently, after 6 months, it's still an oddball. I can't tell you, go and purchase it, don't purchase it. It's not that easy. It's not that simple for me to tell you, should you buy it, should you not buy it. Right now, it's a mixed bag, dude. It's really an oddball. And when something is an oddball, it's not an easy recommendation. I can't just easily recommend this. The original PlayStation VR 1, that was an easy recommendation. This is an oddball, and at your own risk, purchase this. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens. I really hope that something happens great for the PlayStation VR 2. I hope that Sony gives us some surprise and bring some amazing experiences this holiday season for us, and they give us a big surprise and bring some cool features and softwares for this. Hopefully they'll surprise us. Hopefully that happens. But looking at the current situation, the way things are, I don't think anything's happening. It's all quiet on the PlayStation VR 2 front. I don't see any kind of ounce of hope that something will happen, like major announcements. I don't see none of that. I hope I'm wrong. I hope there's some major announcements in September for PlayStation VR 2 from Jim Ryan, but so far I don't think that's gonna happen. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see any indications of that happening. I think Jim Ryan, it's focused on PlayStation 5, and I think they're treating this oddball called the PlayStation VR 2. It's just a companionship. It's there if you want it. You don't need to. It's not mandatory for you to have it, but if you want it, it's there. And it's expensive, but it's there if you want it. If not, that's okay. We're okay with that. I think their focus is just PlayStation 5 and the upcoming PlayStation 5 Pro, and of course PlayStation 6. And that really begs the question, like, what was the point of this thing to begin with? And that's the way I'm going to end this video. If that's the case, if that's the fate in the future of PlayStation VR 2, so then what was the point of even making this thing, if that's going to be the case? And this is an honest talk. I'm just having an honest talk here. I know it's about 1 hour. It's a long video, but it has to be long because there's so much I have to say here. So that way you guys have better understanding on why I feel the way I feel regarding the PlayStation VR 2. On that note, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you will share this video, and the more we talk about this, I think the better. Okay, so thank you for watching the video, and if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be really great. If not, that's okay too. Alright guys, have a good one and take care. Let me park this thing over here next to the Sasquatch rest area over here. Alright, let me go ahead and do that. Oh my goodness. Well, actually it's been 38 minutes. Not 1 hour, but 38 minutes, but still. Okay. I hope, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. And please let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. I really want to hear what you guys have to say regarding the PlayStation VR 2. I want to hear your opinions on what you guys think. Do you have a PSVR 2? Did you purchase it yet? Are you thinking about purchasing it this holiday season? What are your theories? What theories do you have regarding the PlayStation VR 2? What's going on? Why it's such an oddball for 6 months? Is there going to be something happening in the future? Is there going to be some announcements? So I would like to hear your opinions. Maybe you guys know something I don't. Maybe you guys have done better research on this thing, better than I did. But believe me, I've been looking around and I haven't seen anything that indicates that's going to be any kind of a major announcement coming from Jim Ryan regarding the PlayStation VR 2 this holiday season. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And make sure to share the video, hit that like button, because when you hit the like button, when you share, it really helps me with the algorithm. It helps me make more videos like this. It helps me break the ice of the algorithm, so that way more people can learn about me and they can find my channel. Right now they don't even know I exist. The only way they're gonna know I exist if you guys share the video, hit the likes, be active in the comments. That's like the only way that they're gonna know that I even exist here on this channel. Alright guys, thank you for watching. It's been 40 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this conversation regarding the PlayStation VR 2. I hope that I wasn't annoying. I hope that this gave you some idea about the PlayStation VR 2, a better alternative idea for those of you who are still on the fence and you are debating whether or not you want to purchase or not purchase the PlayStation VR 2 this holiday season. Hopefully this video will help you out down the road. So there you have it. And have a nice day, nice morning, nice evening, nice night, wherever you are. Take care. This is Mr. 4K signing out.